and welcome. This is Elena Rosalind Michelle with Angel Messages with Elena. Thank you for joining me. I am going to do another message for you. I didn't really get anything extra other than what I've already uploaded earlier this morning. I'm having cards like flipping all over. So these like angels, divine, what is your message for this week? Now, I did do a 4-week spread for July 7th through August 3rd. It does say that this week is a very, very optimal time to do the planning. Like I said, I mean, everything was just like confirmation after confirmation for me. The following week, next week, is X marks the spot. Many things are going to be returned to you, including your children. So the video that I did, it really said, it was like preparing you for when your children come home, okay? It's going to be really rough. It's really rough. Just hang in there. Alright, so our first card is the Architect, the One of Keys. The One is leader and keys, and this is the Architect, that this is the most opportune time for planning. This is it. This, putting the energies out there for whoever sees this, for whoever this is for your missing women, in the Los Angeles area, but not to say that some of these energies could be for you, for any of your missing children. Parents came in the last reading I did, so you could be a child whose mother has been missing too. So this is the best time for planning. So write things down, get organized, because you're being pointed the way. Alright, and then we have the One of Scrolls. Right, everything of knowledge and things are written. You're on track. And listen to the sounds around you. Like I said in the very first reading, is like when you hear the sounds or the ripping of the noises, is like pay attention. So stay aware of what you're asking, because spirituality with angels and messages are going to be so in tuned and so on point. The next 2 weeks you're going to go, where did that come from? All right, so pay attention to all of those things, because those are messages. If you need help identifying messages, let me know. I will do my best to help you. And we got the Spring card. We got the Spring card in the beginning too. So this is the Four of Forces. This is the energy of spring. Things are opening up to you. Things are emerging. There was a guy in New York, a financier, banker, whoever, that just got exposed. He was exposed as heading up a sex trafficking ring from New York to Florida. Okay, so here we're in California, and I think something like that is coming to expose somebody who has a lot of money, a dream home, that has been hiding, and it's not, and it probably got a promotion from this. So a promotion could be that got into a different kind of a leadership, somebody who's above. And remember, we got the statue. The statue is about somebody who's prominent, who thinks is all powerful. Could be a statue of Jesus, or of God, or an angel, all powerful. Okay, names. Remember, we had Elizabeth, Jessica, Catherine. We had John. Twin is Tom or Thomas. So those are the other names that come up as well. Alright, so what other message do we have, Divine? And thank you so much for answering our prayers and petitions for location. Oh, got those. Ooh. Alright, we got quite a few. Let's go ahead and go with all of them. So the first one we have the artisan, okay, the master artisan, the master planner. I mean, it's just like, here it is underneath the architect, right below it, so that there is everything is in the mix for exposure of an artisan crafter. All right, so not only are you going to be led by the architect, the planner, but you're going to expose this artisan, this crafter who has been manipulating things, who's been hiding things. Narcissist came up as well, and this is a person who's a charmer, but when he's home or with somebody he's more comfortable with, he's like the devil, right? God keeps telling me that people are like that are wicked. They have wickedness inside them. They may be rich, and not to look at their richness, because they are evil. They're black inside. They're about self. They hide behind people. They might be in the spotlight, but they're not willing to take the responsibility. They will find a way to get somebody else to get in trouble for. Right? That's what my ex tried to do with me. It's all me, and not him, right? Because he didn't want to take responsibility for nothing. Nothing. So let's just go with that. All right, so underneath on track, you have the water. The six of forces. The six of forces is about heart, is about emotion, and again, we had that water source before. So what's not to say they're close to the leaving on the fan for that white noise, that they can hear water. There's water around. All right, so this is a week up to the full moon that you're not going to get a lot of communication. Radios are going to go out, but the angels told me in the reading for the month is that you're only going to be getting the great communication into the third week of July. That it's going to work out perfect for you. So water is about communication and emotional, where how people are going to be like stirred up, and how things are going to be washed away, going down the slide and purging. All right, so we're on track for that. Up in the air is a card that is about things might feel like they're far away. So we were told to imagine that this balloon is at the level where we can dip our hands into it. To what do you desire the most? So this is for our women to come home. That is what we desire the most. So desire that balloon coming towards you. Visualize that. That's part of the opening up, because this is a very spiritual reading as well, and to open up to the heart and to believe and trust and do the visualization, because that's how our world works. This is how it works. I don't care what anybody else says. I have been trying to do it everybody else's way, and it never works. But when I tap into my spirituality and into the messages, it opens up. So and it opens up so much easier. So under the artisan and the architect, we have the Three of Scrolls and setting your course. All right, this is about the planning. This is about, okay, this is how we're going to do it, and this is how we're going to attack it. This is how we're going to, get these women out. And this is also for the survivors, the ones who are coming back, bringing in your loved ones. You are just as much as a part of it as how you're going to set your course. Patience, but that you're going to receive it, and keep your emotions low, because this is a very dangerous situation. So don't get into rush. Everything is planned. Everything is going to work out beautifully. All right, Divine wouldn't have given me these messages if it wasn't important. Okay, if it wasn't important for you, if it wasn't important for the rescuers. more of the planners, the team leaders who are gonna, go in and do all this, because there's got to be like scouting, there's airlines. I mean, there's still a lot of ground to cover. Then we have the winged messengers again. Okay, so this is the number 2 of roses. Trust, have faith. Winged messengers, right? We're looking for the hawk, the dove, purity, and then a hidden house. And then we have things are coming to the table for refreshment. You're going to be refreshed, and it's right underneath the water. All right, and let me pull one more card to go under the up in the air in the spring. And remember, when things are topsy-turvy, we come into the harvest, in the collection, the resolution, the conclusion of it all. Oh, well, here you go. So, with that opening up, it's a balance of your will, the wisdom is discernment, and our minds. Everything comes back into wholeness, into calming, into, things are going to work out. Trust and, be assured that everything is going to work out. Not to worry. Divine has it. I mean, gosh, I think it's pretty amazing to get messages like this. To pick somebody to give messages of hope and love and peace for you. It's very beautiful. All right, so what other message? You got the planning, everything on track. So what other messages do you want to send out, angels? Divine. Yeah, that's beautiful. All right. So we got the 5 of keys, wishes fulfilled. Everything is coming to the table, just like in the having the refreshing. Well, now you're having everything that you could possibly have wished for and prayed for come in, and your prayers are being answered. Right? Windows of opportunity is opening up. Monetary resources, all of these things that you've been wishing for is coming to the table. You got the 5 for the water, and the keys. Key. We had the 1 of keys to start out. We have another keys that are going. Right? This is the most opportune time to be the light, to shine, to glow. To get ready with your lights, your flashlights, the full moon is going to be a light, so be ready by full moon. So I really see this as that as well, and not just by a candle, but also that you are being shown the light, and this operation and situation of rescue is like gonna set apart from any of them out in the world, because not only are people gonna be saved, but you're gonna bring down the whole organization, right? Everything collapse. There's the architect, right? The architect, you're gonna get that architect. You're gonna get the master planner who's been doing all this. You're going to get that head person, because the number 1, this is the second time it come up. You're going to get the number 1 cheese whiz kind of person. You're going to get that person who is doing evil against their women, and you're going to, it's coming. So I won't worry about how this is going to end, because it's beautiful. You got lights. You're going to get that head person. You got the architect that is pointing the way. I kind of see that this, the masterminds, the leader, the snake is, he's out there, but he's willing to hide. So just kind of remember. Under wishes fulfilled, we have commitment. once you make this commitment, is that God is honoring your commitment as well, right? Because it's not just between you and your loved one, but it's through the angels and divine, that they are partnership and you making a commitment. So maybe the divine is asking you to make a commitment to divine, right? Have you asked or did a prayer and said, whatever, to get this person out of the situation, I will serve you. I will do this. I will do that. Well, this is contract with divine. So that contract is coming to fulfillment. So say yes. There's a light that's shining down into the commitment. Number 1, we got another 1 for leadership. Roses is that smell, and I smell it again. It smells really pretty. So roses is the highest healing power, but also rose is rising. He rose again. That's why Jesus is considered and part of the lily and the rose together as the lotus, which is the woman. But and the rose represents the rising, the rebirth. And then under the light of the world, we got the view of egos again. Okay, so watch your talk about yourself. Watch your talk about other people around you or hearing what they're saying. It can be done. Views of ego can be a good thing. It can be a bad thing. So this person is going to be the opposite of the light, right? That they're going after. And he's going to be all about himself. Right? My ex had snake eyes. Just eyes that go back and forth. Could never look anyone in the eye when he was talking. This other person might. Or he might talk and then drop his eyes. So watch those cues. Under the architect, there is a Queen of Roses. How beautiful. So she has everything that is coming. Divine Mother, healer, divine, is bringing all of this information, this architect, and handing it over to you. Look in her hands, beautiful roses. Roses are passionate, it's roots. It's, getting back into the roots of it all, that she's handing it to you. All right, under the commitment and wishes fulfilled, we have balance. It's time to start balancing time, start balancing money, start balancing resources. Balance is about personal and work. Don't get too personal. It's about work. To do this kind of extraction. So be balanced and be focused, right? And this is also about contracts as well. It's like if you ask God to do something, God's doing it. So now she's gonna ask to be paid up, right? So I wonder how many of you are going to go into church service after this, right? Oh God, I will give, if you give me $1 million, I'll become a monk. Well, we won't be able to spend it because they won't need it. Anyways, a little bit of humor, but I think that's part of the message as well. So underneath the light of the world and the views of the ego is 2 worlds. It's like, this is a card about choosing 2 worlds. Look, there's a woman in the back. And she's looking to the fire, right? Contemplation, hoping, praying. And this could be your women. It's like, I could see them say, are we ever going to get out of this? Are we going to stay here and be slaves? Or are we going to come back to our home to be free? Okay, I see that dilemma back and forth. And also, because this is something I was going through with my daughter, with the shame, and I didn't do it right, and how are you going to speak about your daughter or your wife coming home? All right, so who are you going to choose? You know, there's two worlds out there. There's good and there's evil. There's our physical life and the spiritual life. Then there's, you know, your face on Facebook and the face at home. These are all types of worlds. I see that choosing the two worlds, there is a spinning wheel. And the spinning wheel reminds me of the verse in Proverbs 31 that talks about the spinning of the wheel and the flaxen. So definitely tapping into the kahil, the virtuous woman in Proverbs 31. Proverbs for me means for action. Okay, so this is for action. All right, and then under Architect and the Queen of Roses, we have just diversify again. The 5 of Scrolls, 5 is about water. It's about being the student, but now you're going to be the teacher or the leader. She has all those opportunities and looking out, but waiting. This is happening. Okay? So, that was beautiful. Let's do, I'm going to do a couple more cards with the Goddess deck for Divine Mother. And then I'm going to hop to bed while this is uploading. So I just pray that you're getting the clues, you're getting the messages, that things are coming more and more to the surface of, you know, where and who and why and what, and all of those questions are being answered. So Divine Mother, what message do you have? And one more card. Ooh, that one wanted to fly. All right, so we have Hera in the Alliance, and that was part of our reading. I think that is into the second week. So next week there's an alliance forming, and alliance is, you know, people working together. So there's people coming. So don't dismiss anyone. Use everyone to help. All right, the trolls, the people who are, you know, trying to get something out for themselves, I'd use them anyways. Just use them. Even if they say negative things, they're still gonna share it, right? And then things that are being shared on Facebook or, you know, Twitter or whatever, it's still gonna be shared, and the message is still gonna be out there. Okay? Remember, you're gonna be protected. So you can share about this, because they're not going to know what hit them. That means that there's nobody that can see you. There's a veil up for all of the people who are part of the sharing and the spreading of the word, right? Oh, there we go. We have the Goddess Yuzumi, and she's about humor. So this is the light time of the waxing of the moon to get into laughter, because if you have joy and victory now, you're going to see so much coming in. So laugh at your mistakes. If you're in pain, laughter really heals. Okay, so go and watch. Don't be afraid to watch a funny movie, or, you know, laugh at jokes or laugh at pictures. Laughter is really good for the soul. So you may look at, you know, all these stupid mistakes or this pain, this grief, to know that your children are coming. God gets the last laugh again. Because this is a very spiritual reading, and when I got my healing, it was like I couldn't say that it was a doctor who helped me, because it wasn't. Everything I learned was from the Bible and from other different resources that God gave me. So this that is coming out is, I can't say that it was me, it's God, right? And you're going to say the same thing, because she's like, oh, this oracle reader, and it's like, no, it's God. God gave you the information to go off to do this rescue. So that's where God gets the last laugh, because it all points back to heaven, to Heavenly Father, to Heavenly Mother. God gets the last laugh. Okay, and then we have Mitas, right, where she would look at the things that were small, made herself small when she was really big and powerful. She stood behind somebody. So remember, to look, somebody who's hiding behind somebody. And don't overlook the small details, because those small details are going to lead you away. Use wisdom and discernment along your path and your journey on this. And I think I could still pull another 3 cards. All right. So now we have Pravati under devotion with Alliance. So this is about, okay, so going into this week, into the full moon, is devote yourself and work the plan, right? Devote yourself to learning spiritual symbols and numbers so you can get the answers. Write them down, because time is of essence. This is all about action, not sitting on your duff and waiting for it to happen. This is action. Every single one of these readings have been action. Go, go, go. I do. Okay? So this is Aaron Rod in time. So this is the most perfect timing, right? She gives you enough time to get the project done. So don't worry that you're running out of time. This is perfect timing for you. This is perfect timing for the situation. This is the perfect timing that you're going to have enough time to do the rescue. There's a doctor who's going to be needed to bring medical supplies and saline solution, water, and food, because that's what these women are going to need, and some kind of clothing or robes, scrubs, something like that, so that they can change out of those dirty clothes, right? Sanitary. So so the timing and humor. And then we have the Mother Mary of Miracles. I love wrapping up a reading with Mary when she comes in. Mary is about the power, the reflection, the glory of God. And she comes and says that through meters of wisdom and all this information that we're getting and giving to you, that this miracle is happening. This mother to an immaculate son that showed us and became a scribe, became a the Messiah, to save one person, to save the world, for all of these things to come to fulfillment right now, right? Because I couldn't have done it unless I had the Bible. So the Bible had to be made because people believed in it, for one person to utilize all the information to come here to be where I'm at. Because if it wasn't for the Bible, I wouldn't be here. And that's where we get the last laugh, right? All right. So I hope this kind of makes sense. I hope this is giving you some, faith, love, hope, trust that everything is working out for the good. Everything is. And to get going on your actions. So whenever you're starting to view them from like the first message on, unless there's like hundreds right now, there's not that many. And because there's something in every video that will help you on your journey. I have about 50 videos uploaded. I bet you every single one will have at least 1 or 2 things that will apply to help you. That is how my messages work. They transcend time and space. All right. Well, I love you guys. I pray for your families. I just keep joining with you that the reunion is going to be bittersweet. All right, because the rescue part is only the one part of their journey, because they got quite a bit of a journey of healing afterwards. So I pray for protection and security for everyone else that is involved and in the sharing, that you're all protected. Your angels and guardian angels are like right there. Ask them, because they're like, woo, we're right here, tell me, ask me. So there's a lot of information I put in the other videos that will help you to identify the symbols and the cues that you need to follow. So I'll talk to you all later. Be blessed, and just walk in love. That's all you really need. We'll talk to you soon. Bye, y'all.